conversation. You can get at us in the YouTube channel. You can get at us on the text line over on 1440 1-833-401-1440 is the number. We have a fantastic show for you today. We have Gordon Martin, Stanley Cup champion and local product. We have David Pagnotta and we have Brant Myers to end this season of Hello Hockey. Technically, it is season 4 because we started on PSN 1260. That no longer exists. We'll get into all of that. We have to say some things about our friends and partners at Sportsnet. We'll dive into that. And as always, Belle, so we start with the morning coffee. Brought to you by Fox Coffee. If you're looking for a cozy cafe downtown, study a day, catch up with friends, escape the treachery of real work, or just enjoy good food and coffee, we've got you at Fox Coffee. Huge. Thank you to Darrell, Michaela, Ashira, MJ, Ren, Maria, and Ryan, all the staff over at Fox who kept us fueled up throughout the season. It's been absolutely fantastic. We're thankful to everybody at 1440 for making sure that we conclude the season of Hello Hockey properly. We were worried that was up in the air. We ran into some difficulties and some unexpected things, and 1440 stepped up and made sure that we were able to finish out the season. And so it's going to be a fun show. Come on down to the local coffee eatery. So come if you want to. I know a bunch of people will be coming on down. I know Kyle Roster, our good friend who listens to this show, he wanted in. He's like, I want to have my say. Like, Rossi, brought the extra mic for him, but he's like, well, Rossi, you do you. Let's check in with Donovan Paulson. Dono, you there? You doing okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, fellas. I am here. We are here.
Okay. All right. The audio you said isn't fantastic. Maybe I'll fix it.
Yeah, your guys' audio is not great on our end here. It's I guess just coming in through the stream a little flunky, but it's I mean we can hear you. I just think it's a little kind of tinny. Maybe that has to do with the music going on in the background, but
we'll work on that. This is
that's better.
This
that's
is a new thing. Is that better?
That's better. Okay.
Oh, that is 100% better.
Oh,
I don't know what
to do. Look at that.
Now we're fully in business.
Now we're back.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
It is the morning coffee brought to you by Fox Coffee. Dono, how you doing today, buddy? You doing all right? Dono, you there? Yeah, there he is. Okay, there you go. Yep. There you go. We can't hear you. I'll be honest with you. We can't hear you. I'm assuming you're doing great. Give me a thumbs up if you're doing
good. I'm good.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Oh,
Hi.
It was 100% my bad. Sorry on that one, fellas. I hit a button. It's just, things happen.
Dude,
we can't always
worry.
be perfect.
No. That is very true.
We scrambled to finish out the season. Last week, we got through that show when we were live on location, local Sherwood Park. And then this one, we're ironing out some of the kinks. We will be back for season. Technically, it'll be 5, but 4th full season in the fall here on 1440.
Let's just call a spade. Okay.
Yeah.
Donovan's got a beautiful hat on right now. Okay. So this man cannot mess up in my eyes.
Okay.
This is where we're at.
Okay.
So
you're a Dolphins fan too,
Bellsy?
Oh,
yes, I am. Fins up all the way, buddy.
Yeah. Fins up, baby. The wide receiver room, it's not pretty, but hopefully
we're gonna get it done. I'm not too worried about it. Okay. So we're gonna find a way to do things properly down in the South Beach there. I'm excited for this Dolphins season because you know what? Can it get worse than what it was last year?
All right, nerds.
I don't think it really can. It's they could always prove us wrong, but
They
it
really could.
can't
Yeah.
really get much worse.
I agree. I mean, you could also be a Cardinals fan and have
Yeah.
nothing to say.
I have nothing to
Or
say.
you could be a Philadelphia Flyers fan and not get Carlson at $18 million bucks.
Ooh.
Boom. How you doing, Abutski?
Oh, good morning, Abutski. You went there that early.
I did. I didn't even want to
my
wait for it.
goodness.
I just said,
you just
let's
went at
go.
him. Hello, Abutski.
Yeah.
Good morning. All right, so this is our last show of the season. If you didn't catch it, you're just tuning in now either on 1440 on the AM dial, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Of course, if you're watching over on YouTube, we appreciate it. And like we said, like we patched this together with 1440 and the fine folks at our new station to make sure that we finished out this season of Hello Hockey. We're going to have Jordan Martinook joining us in about 15 minutes, and then Dave Pagnotta in hour number 2. And then to wrap things up, we will have Brant Myers. He's a best-selling author. He is the founder of Unhammered non-alcoholic beer. He worked for the Kings, obviously, in a new type of role where he was taking care of like player
Essentially wellness.
Player wellness
Yep.
is a good way to describe it. And of course, he was a tough guy in the NHL for many, many years. I finished his book, and a great read, a hard read. It's not easy. My parents are walking. There's my
Look
dad.
at this. It's the time
my
right now.
My
Everybody's
dad's
coming in.
Yeah, my brother's here. My mom. They were. My
Wow.
dad was angry at me on the
Really?
sidelines
Why?
on Thursday.
Oh, for almost getting smoked.
I almost died. I
bookmarked that picture where you got that face of like, oh, here comes the pain.
Yeah.
And I kind of, Tommy, I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I kind of wanted to see you get hit.
Why would you?
But
you as
your
my very good friend and
but
business
as your
partner,
friend,
Yeah.
okay, and business partner, I wanted you to be okay.
which
But
I
I
am.
still wanted you to get hit. I just wanted
What
you
an
to have a
asshole.
story of I survived that type of contact.
I don't know if I would. I probably would have broke something.
I
Although
don't think you would have. I think it would have just been a really heavy hit.
it would have been a heavy hit. I'm
Yeah.
bigger than both of those guys,
No chance.
but they're like
There's,
stronger.
there's no chance you're bigger than those guys.
I'm bigger than both. Like
Come
not
on.
like Jack. Those guys are
Like
Jack.
taller?
Yeah,
Come on.
seriously.
Really?
Did you see me interview Cordell?
Oh my God.
And I interviewed Justin. Oddly enough, I'm bigger than both those guys. Taller than,
That's
not
quite-
bigger.
that's
They're,
quite the
they're
st- that's
bigger.
quite
They're
the
stronger.
statement,
They could
sir.
kick my ass for sure. But I would have died if they had collided with me. And
Yeah.
Cordell, actually, I tagged all those guys in the video
Yeah.
that I put on Instagram. And Cordell's like, "I'm sorry, man," and he had like 10 laughing emojis. And I'm like, "No, I was in the way of your work." And then I jumped out of the way. So my dad, who just walked in, I swear to God, Donovan and Belsey, I duck out of the way out of this thing, right?
Yep.
And all I hear is, "Watch out."
It's your dad.
And I'm like, I know that voice. And my parents were sitting like a couple rows up on that sideline.
Yep.
And I look up and he's staring at me, like shaking his head. Watch out.
Oh, that's
Like I'm a
great.
5-year-old.
Yeah, you got scolded. Amazing.
I got scolded and I was like, what the hell? And then Marshall and Dwayne are in the booth laughing at me, as they should. And I was like, guys, my dad is yelling at me like I'm a kid.
That's so good.
Yeah. So that
I
happened.
mean, he's right. Look out.
I did. And did you see how quickly I ducked
Yeah,
out of the way?
I was actually impressed with that plant of the foot into the turf,
Boom.
and then boom, you reversed
Boom.
out the other way. I was
Yeah.
actually very impressed by that. So good on you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're here. We're together. It's fantastic. It's the final show of Hello Hockey for 25-26. We're going to go away for a couple of months, and then we'll get things going in the fall here on Sports 1440. Okay, we will get into it with everybody. Text us. We want to hear from you via the text line. It's the Merrick Duggan eXp Realty text line. Our good friend Merrick Duggan. Check him out if you're looking to buy or sell a home. Get into the market. If you have any questions about the market right now, email him merrick.duggan@gmail.com or visit rdrealestate.ca. The number to text in 1-833-401-1440. And a big thank you to Merrick for hooking up and connecting us to Jordan Martinook.
Yes,
You've talked to him before, so you kind of
Yep,
know him.
yep.
But we're so happy to have him on the final episode of the season of Hello Hockey. We do need to talk about something, and we're very sad about this. This show has had a home on Sportsnet 960 The Fan in Calgary for 3 years.
Yep.
Obviously, with things being up in the air from us moving over to 1440, there's some not so much logistical stuff, but it's like technical stuff. rights holders
Yes.
and things like that. And for those of you who don't know, Shawn and I own this show. This is our show because there was some confusion when we left EST. People were saying, like, you can't put up stuff from EST, blah, blah, blah. No, this is our show.
Yep.
Shawn and I, it's our intellectual property. We created a company. We own the show. That's how we were able to get it on Sportsnet 960 for the last 3 years. And it also was on Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver at times. And everybody over there lost their job this week. And the plug was pulled on both of those stations. City news stations. My brother was affected. If you don't know, my middle brother is a news anchor, reader, producer for City News. He was.
Yep.
And what happened to us at TSN 1260 happened to them this week.
Yep.
And I just want to send out a big thank you to Art Factora, everybody at 960 for putting this show on in Calgary, and then to the crew in 650, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver for also having the show available there at times. Absolutely horrendous and awful, those situations.
Yep.
And
really
we
are.
know it all too well. So I just want to give my heartfelt gratitude to them and my sincerest thanks and well wishes to them, because it's terrible the way sports radio has had to, or has been forced to adapt on the fly. Thankfully, there's a 1440.
Yep.
Thankfully, there's an EST.
Mhm.
There's other outlets that I'm sure will come out of the ashes of Sportsnet 650 and Sportsnet 960, but it is not pleasant to go through. So, Belzy, I wanted to put that out there.
I appreciate that. I mean, I still remember where I was when it all happened, and I was at my gym at the time, and all of a sudden you're calling, and it's like, we're done. So I can only imagine, how those people are doing, and just it's swift. It happens quickly, and it's very disappointing. But we were very happy and honored to have that as one of our homes for the past 3 years.
Yes. So a big thank you to everybody. Art, who is a proponent for Hello Hockey. I know as a weekend show, you're not top of mind.
Yep.
But he made sure we were looked after, and we really, really appreciate that. So just awful news, and a big thank you to Sportsnet 960, and then a little bit of love for 650 as well for making this show its home in Southern Alberta, and then, in BC as well, which is great, because we want to make sure that this show, which is not an Oilers show, for those of you that are just getting acclimated with us, it's just a hockey show. And that was your brainchild 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And we've been able
probably
to do
even
it.
longer than that, probably like 5.
Oh, well, I mean, if we want to deep dive, it goes back to when we tried to bring you on Oilers TV, and the VP of marketing, who did not last that long for making really poor decisions, like telling Belzy, "No, we don't need you," the day before Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs versus San Jose.
Funny.
I mean, that
it's
guy.
It's funny to laugh now, but
it's been so long. It's been 8 years, but he was part of my demise at Oilers TV.
Yep.
It was one guy with getting fed stupid ideas and didn't like me because I knew he was full of crap. And he was also like, people are like, what happened with you and the Oilers? There's one guy that didn't like me. And guess what? He wasn't very good at his job. He got fired subsequently later, ended up getting hired by another NHL team recently. They got rid of him because they realized pretty quickly, less than 1 calendar year, that he sucked. So I have no qualms saying it, man.
I know.
I have no qualms saying it. So if people are like, what happened to you with the Oilers? Well, that's what happened with me and the Oilers.
Yep.
Anyway, so thank you to Sportsnet 960 and 650 for making Hello Hockey its home for a few years. And then 1440 is now our new home. All right. If there's any texts, please fire those our way via the Merrick Duggan EXP Realty inbox. 1-833-401-1440. And then there's some discussions happening on the YouTube chat as well. I saw you got into it with the Bootski a little bit. And
I didn't get into it with the Bootski.
Well, you gave him some love. You guys are frenemies in the best way.
No, there's no enemy part. We are friends.
Oh, you're friends. Okay.
And we just like to chirp each
Sorry,
other. That's where it's at.
My apologies. My apologies.
I do have a question for you, Tommy, because obviously we are a hockey show, and thinking about the way that the offer sheets have been utilized in the last couple of years,
Yes.
and the way that the cap is going up, and there's been, more teams are trying to get their players locked down quicker.
Yep.
Do you think we will see now a time where the offer sheet will be a utilized
Method
weaponized of trying to improve their hockey team? Because we saw Broberg and Holloway here in Edmonton.
Yeah.
We just saw the Leo Carlson situation. We saw Barrett Hayton one. Barrett Hayton, he's going to get walked right to free agency. And guess what? Who do you think is going to be probably the first person to sign up, or first organization to sign up? Not Philly, but the Devils. And so,
again?
Right? So,
yeah.
Is this something that we're going to see more often?
I think so.
Because of the cap going up and because of the fact that guys are trying to lock down their players as quickly as possible?
Short answer, yes. You saw it work with effectiveness with Broberg and Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, obviously, the Leo Carlson thing, and that we're going to talk about with Dave Pagnotta, obviously, that just blew the doors off. And then Barrett Hayton, and I'm glad you brought him up, the fact that one flew under the radar when usually that would be bigger news.
Yep.
So, yes, I think this is now a tool that is in the toolbox for general managers that they're willing to go to more. And I think the Leo Carlson thing knocked the doors off to open things up.
So what do you think is going to now happen, right? So you look at this $18 million with Leo Carlson. I don't think and assume that every guy now is going to get that same type of money. But
No.
You look at the Bedard situation. If you're Chicago, Macklin Celebrini, how are you? You must be in overdrive now, trying to let's talk and let's get this done.
Yep.
So that we don't have an issue. But 18 million comes up. Well, what is Bedard going to get?
I don't think he's going to get as much as Celebrini. I think he's going to get paid. And now
he's going to get paid.
Now that
yep.
Carlson's an $18 million a year player, I think we are going to see an escalation of salaries very quickly. Very quickly. In general, not just for guys that need to have their RFA years purchased and then they want to buy a couple of their UFA years. I think just across the board, the dollars are about to skyrocket. Remember last year, we're talking about Kaprizov and his 17 and what's McDavid going to get? And we're ooh, wow, what a interesting dynamic. Now that is in the rear view, and this Carlson thing has reset everything.
I would agree with that big time. But I'm still curious because we've talked about this multiple times on the show, and it's about who's won the Stanley Cup. And in the past, there hasn't been
live on Sports 14.4, powered by Subaru, the perfect choice for Alberta's challenging weather and road conditions. Visit Subaru.ca. We train right. Strength, speed, mobility, on-ice skill, off-ice power. Trusted by serious players. Built for the next level. Starting in May, 7 Hockey. Train with purpose, perform when it matters.
When you're out on the job site or hitting the highway in an Alberta winter, you can't afford gear that quits on you. That's why Iron 5 and Nisku has leveled up to be your one-stop heavy-duty shop. They aren't just your CVIP experts, they are now your local source for the best names in the business. We're talking high-performance Night Rider LEDs to turn night into day, and Canada-proof batteries that start every time, no matter how deep the freeze gets. Plus, if you're looking to move some serious dirt, Iron 5 is your dealer for Grip International Attachments. Compliance, power, lighting, and heavy-duty attachments. Get it all in Iron 5. Stop by the shop in Nisku or visit iron5.ca.
Commonwealth Stadium. Edmonton is home to Canada's largest outdoor stadium with a seating capacity for 56,400 fans and is home to the Edmonton Elks Football Club. Commonwealth Stadium is an excellent venue for world-class events, including major sporting events and world touring concerts. This 42-acre complex, including Commonwealth Recreation Center and Clark Stadium, is just minutes from downtown, has direct access to the LRT and bus routes, and promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. For the most up-to-date info on events this summer, go to edmonton.ca/Commonwealth. The sky's the limit.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV with an unfortunate reality of buying an RV new. If you finance the whole thing, you'll owe more than your new RV is worth for like a long time.
In the credit world, they call that upside down on your loan.
That's right, Bob. Same with new cars. You lose about a third of the value when it rolls off the lot, which puts you upside down in a big way. And that's a dangerous place to be because customers want to sell it and pay off the loan, then realize it's not possible. Sometimes people are so angry about that, they give us bad reviews because we can't help them.
Used buyers don't have that problem.
It's why I love used RVs so much, Bob. You pay fair market value for a quality used RV at No Bull, and it's still worth that much when it leaves the lot. Even if you finance the whole thing, in most cases, you're right side up for the whole term, which gives you options and flexibility later.
And that's No Bull.
NoBullRV.ca.
Get ready for Ready Mix Concrete Wetaskiwin, now also in Camrose and Ponoka. One call does it all. 780-352-4301.
Big guests, bigger takes. Jason Greger brings the names you know and the stories you don't. Weekdays, 2 to 6 on Sports 1440. Don't miss a minute of the action. Edmonton sports leader, Sports 1440.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive. The world turning inside out, floating around in ecstasy. So stop me now.
Welcome back to Hello Hockey here on Sports 1440. Tom Gazzola, Shawn, Belle, live on location, local public eatery, South Edmonton Common, our final episode of this year. Thank you for being here with us. Migrating from different stations, shouting out Sportsnet Radio, where this show was home in Southern Alberta and at times in BC, to those stations, Sportsnet 650 and 960. In Calgary and Vancouver. Just awful news this week that those stations are now down. And we can't thank them enough for being a part of this show for the last couple of years. Of course, you can join the conversation via the Merrick Duggan eXp Realty inbox, 780-218. No, that is not the number. That's the old number. Bad force to habit. Bad force to habit.
Okay, man.
Text us via the Merrick Duggan eXp Realty inbox.
Saturday mornings live on Sports 1440. Powered by Subaru. Confidence in motion. Visit Subaru.ca.
When you're out on the job site or hitting the highway in an Alberta winter, you can't afford gear that quits on you. That's why Iron 5 and Nisku has leveled up to be your one-stop heavy-duty shop. They aren't just your CVIP experts, they are now your local source for the best names in the business. We're talking high-performance Night Rider LEDs to turn night into day, and Canada-proof batteries that start every time, no matter how deep the freeze gets. Plus, if you're looking to move some serious dirt, Iron 5 is your dealer for Grip International Attachments. Compliance, power, lighting, and heavy-duty attachments. Get it all at Iron 5. Stop by the shop in Nisku or visit iron5.ca.
Commonwealth Stadium. Edmonton is home to Canada's largest outdoor stadium with a seating capacity for 56,400 fans and is home to the Edmonton Elks Football Club. Commonwealth Stadium is an excellent venue for world-class events, including major sporting events and world touring concerts. This 42-acre complex, including Commonwealth Recreation Center and Clark Stadium, is just minutes from downtown, has direct access to the LRT and bus routes, and promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. For the most up-to-date info on events this summer, go to edmonton.ca/Commonwealth.
All right, we're back. Live on
Beautiful.
location,
Yep.
local public eatery, Southampton Common, Tom Gazzola, Shawn, Belle. Let's dive into it. We've got our first star of the show ready to go. He is a Stanley Cup champion. Of course, the first star of the show brought to you by our good friends over at Commonwealth Stadium, Edmonton, home to Canada's largest outdoor stadium with a seating capacity for 56,000 fans, home to the Elks. Commonwealth is an excellent venue for world-class events, including major sports events and world touring concerts to this 42-acre complex, including Commonwealth Recreation Center. They drained the pool last week. I saw that. And Clark Stadium, minutes from downtown, has direct access to LRT and bus routes and promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. For the most up-to-date info on events this summer, go to edmonton.ca/Commonwealth. The sky is the limit. Let's bring in Jordan Martinook, Stanley Cup champion, our first star of the show, who's ready to go. A big thank you to him. Big thank you to Merrick Duggan, who's his buddy, and welcome to Hello Hockey. Jordan, we're big fans. Obviously, you're familiar with Belle's a little bit, I would think, being a local product, and we want to end this season off on the right foot. We just moved to a new station, and we just lost Sportsnet. Tip of the cap to them. First of all, congratulations to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to Dougie.
Couple clicks.
We'll do a round of clicks for you. Round of clicks.
Nice.
You look like you're very stress-free right now. You seem quite happy for good reason. The glow of the Stanley Cup. Tell us a little bit about it, please.
Yeah. Obviously, when you win it, your summer gets shortened up pretty good. But this is my first, I guess, full. Well, I was home last weekend too, but the first weekend back in Sherwood Park and just enjoying our house, sitting out in on the deck and enjoying this beautiful morning. Got yelled at by my daughter at 6:05 this morning, so now I'm just taking her easy. So winning the Stanley Cup doesn't change the fact that your kids still scream at you and demand things, and it doesn't change the fact they wake up at the crack of dawn.
No, it certainly doesn't. I know as well, because my daughter Evie is 4, so I get what you're going through. But just looking at you right now, you've got this absolute glow, massive smile on your face. Can you just tell us about the journey? Because everybody talks about how hard it is to win the Stanley Cup, and very few people get to actually have the opportunity to go through that and then B, win the Stanley Cup. So can you just kind of just detail a little bit of what it truly feels like?
Well, I think it wouldn't do it justice if I didn't talk about the years kind of leading up to this year. Obviously, we've had pretty incredible teams in Carolina for many, many years, and I feel like we've thought that we've had the teams that could do it a number of times, and then something happens and guys get hurt and you get unlucky in that way, and then it just feels like the more years that go by, the harder and harder it gets, and it feels like time's kind of running out. And obviously this year we stayed very healthy. I think we had a regular lineup for every game but one, and we just played. Obviously, you need that luck to be able to stay healthy, but then you need your team to click. And I felt like we were just humming. We started calling ourselves the Machine, and the machine got turned on every night, and it was just clinical. And it was just so fun to be a part of. Everybody knew what their role was. Everybody was pulling. We had this rope that kind of was one of our team things this year, and everybody was pulling on the same rope. And I just felt like this was a year we just weren't going to be denied. And obviously Jordo leading the charge of our team, and your captain kind of setting the tone every night in, night out, and everybody just kind of jumping on his back. And it was a special run. To be able to go 16-3, that's probably one of the best records I think that's been it's been in the last, I don't know how long. I'm not super big stat guy, but I think that's pretty special. And for us to do what we did, it was so fun. And obviously, I look back on it every day and look at there's pictures everywhere, there's videos everywhere. It's fun to see the reminders every day about how special of a time it was and still is.
I have to ask you about this, Jordan, because you talk about those teams in years past and like almost but not quite, and then the next year almost but not quite. I remember Rod Brindamore one year you guys got swept, and he's like, I don't think we got swept. It didn't feel like getting swept, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And to me, Rod Brindamore is a guy that if he said something, I'm like, I'm listening to him. And for me, as someone who covers the league and has for the last 2 decades, I'm like, what is he talking about? But this year, it just felt like you said, you guys became the machine. But did doubt ever creep in to your mind being there for a while? And then how did you guys get past the hurdle, if there even was one?
I would say maybe obviously it was made, it's public knowledge that we had a terrible record in the Eastern Conference Finals, and and obviously we swept our first two rounds, and then we waited for, it felt like an eternity to get to play in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then we lay an egg the first game, and then the media comes in and everybody's like, oh, here we go again. Carolina can't win in the Eastern Conference Final. And I would say like maybe that was like the only time where a little bit of doubt came in my mind, because it's like, oh maybe there is a curse. Maybe we can't win in the Eastern Conference Final. But honestly, having 12 days off in the middle of the playoffs, I don't recommend that to anybody. It's human nature to go out for dinner and you're like, okay, well, I'm not playing for a week and a half. I'm going to have a couple beers, a glass of wine. And your playoffs is such an intense time. And when you get yourself to a level where you're running at the highest level you can run at, and then you have a letdown for almost 2 weeks, and then to try and get yourself back to where you need to be, especially a team coming off a 7-game series. We had our eyes open pretty quickly, and I almost like that game we were too excited. We were doing things that we never did, and we never did moving forward. It was just guys wanted it so bad, and sometimes when you want it so bad, you just make like those little mental errors and run out of position, and that's exactly what happened. And we had a meeting that the next day, and it was like, okay, look at how you played for the first 2 rounds, and then look at what just happened last night. And after that meeting, everybody was like, we're fine. We'll get back to what we do. It was we chalked it up to rust, and now we can actually say it was rust, because we turned it around pretty quickly.
You did it.
You guys did it.
You did it.
Yeah, you guys did it. Jordan, is there something that you guys did practice-wise that would like keep you as close to game ready as possible? Like, you can't replicate obviously the intensity of the Stanley Cup, but I'm assuming based off Rod the Bod himself, like he tried to keep you guys somewhat in it to make sure that you guys were ready. But once again, it's a very hard thing to do, especially with that amount of time.
Yeah, I think our team prides ourselves on preparing the same way kind of throughout the entire year. So I wouldn't say we did anything crazy different. Our practices are always very high tempo, very intense, and that it didn't change. But it, like you said, you can't replicate especially a Stanley Cup playoff game. You can't replicate that. You can practice as hard as you want. You can but at the same time, you can't be doing scrimmages and hitting each other. It's just not, you just can't do it, because if somebody got hurt in practice, your head would spin off. But we did everything that we possibly could to be ready, but after 12 days, it's kind of hard. But whatever. You kind of sometimes you need a diversity, and for us to lose that game, it was, if we would have went to the Cup Finals not losing a game, or I don't know, maybe you think you're you're better than you are, and then you show up to the Cup Finals and then you get punched in the mouth. Like sometimes you need to lose to help you out, and I felt like that game kind of opened our eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Our first star of the show is Jordan Martinook, Stanley Cup champion, local product. First star of the show presented by Commonwealth Stadium here on Hello Hockey. Here's a question I always wonder, and listen, like Bellsy played in the league. He knows a million guys that won Stanley Cups. I've had the good fortune of working for the Oilers and knowing a lot of people that have won Stanley Cups. And then I remember like reading something about Aaron Rodgers or watching his documentary on Netflix. And he's like, yeah, I became a Super Bowl champion and I was looking around and everybody's partying. And I thought to myself, now what? Please tell me it wasn't like that for you. Like, what was were you able to soak it all in? Were like a million things happening all at once? How would you describe when you finally lifted the cup, went into the locker room, you seen your family? Like, take us into your mind going through that, if you can remember, because I'm sure the party was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Obviously the winning on the ice and throwing your gloves and I guess like just the celebration with each other for it feels like a long time, but yeah, I think we did a couple minutes and then you go shake hands and then there's like kind of like a little limbo period where you're waiting for the cup, and then the Conn Smythe comes out and everybody's kind of standing around waiting for it to come out, and then you see it and you're like, oh, there it is, we won that thing. And then obviously, just waiting for your turn to take it for a rip, and obviously you dream about touching it and holding it your whole life, and then when you get to it's the emotion and everything that comes with it is pretty incredible. And then just the dressing room with all the guys, and those are memories that are ingrained in my mind that I'll have forever. And I actually, me and my wife talked about this when we ended up going to catch in Vegas with like family and everybody from the team, and
not bad.
We were there till I think midnight, and then went over to Omnia nightclub at Caesars.
Not bad.
I said to her, I felt like after I said bye to like I don't even think I said bye to anybody. It was just like I just kind of would go wherever I was going to go with the cup, and it just was a magnet. And I felt like I was in euphoria, or like a euphoric state, and I was just I've been happy a lot in my life, but there was that's a happiness that I don't think I can describe. It was, my face hurt I don't think you didn't have one worry in the world. You were just the happiest that you could ever be, and
love that.
You were with your brothers and your buddies, and I had all my family there, and it's one of the best nights of my life, and I'm getting emotional just thinking about it.
I love
Good.
it.
We like emotion.
It's great because people don't really get to truly understand what it means, right? And I think that you're conveying it like unbelievably.
Quite articulate compared to most pro hockey players.
It's fantastic because it's like I said, it's something that most people don't get an opportunity to obviously do, or even to remotely be a part of, right? So your day with the cup is going to be coming at some point. Have you kind of had some time to think about what you're going to do? You know that Reckner is going to be all over you, to be right hand in hand with you.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do when you get the day with the cup?
Yeah, we're trying to iron out our schedule. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but there's people throwing wrenches in left, right, and center. But it should be in August sometime. I go back to Raleigh because my kids start school on the 16th of August, so it's got to be somewhere between the 1st and the 16th. But yeah, I'm gonna take to Leduc. I'm gonna do some. I'm just gonna take to the rec center. It's gonna be set up, and people can come take pictures of it. When I was 5 years old, I lived in Estevan, Saskatchewan, and I don't know if it was just on like a tour, that Stanley Cup, but it ended up being in Estevan, and I waited in the massive line to take my picture with it, and I didn't touch it, but I took my picture with it, and I remember that to this day. So if I can give that moment to some kids in Leduc where I grew up, that's gonna be that's pretty cool, and I that's a memory that I have, and I'm excited to give them give that memory to other people. And then I'm gonna bring it to my house and spend time with my family with it. And probably me and my son will play road hockey in the back, and whoever wins can get the cup. And
Oh yeah, that'll be pretty special.
kids love ice cream, and we'll drink champagne. And then I'm actually gonna I don't know, you guys are friends with Merrick. You probably met Pat Ketty.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to those guys. Don't worry.
Through the brew house. So Pat's the man. He's kind of taking the reins on my party. We're gonna have it at the Ice House on the rooftop downtown, and yeah, it'll be a great night. Pat said he's been dreaming about planning this party for his entire life. So I've given some suggestions, but I know he'll do an incredible job. And then yeah, that's about it.
Go ahead, Bellsy.
No, I love what's happening here. Preparations obviously for next year. It's not you're not gonna have that full summer. How do you get prepared for next season? Because I'm gonna assume that you guys want to repeat. And so like what do you guys do to, you're in a state of bliss right now. And at some point, you got to get right back into the hockey season, because it is crazy enough to say it's around the corner. So how do you get back into shape, obviously, and then the right mental state to get back into it?
Yeah, well, I'm 33, turning 34, so I can't take too much time off. And I was back in the gym on Monday and had a full week. So luckily I came out of playoffs pretty unscathed. I had a broken toe that will heal, but that's nothing to worry about. And so this is probably the healthiest summer that I've had, which is crazy to think about. And no pain, and can get back into training. And I'll get skating. I go to Denmark next week for the new Oilers goalie's wedding. I'll be a week in Denmark, and I'll probably be doing some celebrating there. And then once I get back, I'll get on the ice and continue training. And then once I get back to Raleigh, I have probably a month with our strength coach and skating every day. So it's daunting to think of that it's not that far away, but once we get back into Raleigh, we get pretty dialed in. Our strength coach doesn't put up with too much, and then we'll be skating every day. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Jordan Martinook joining us now, Stanley Cup champion from the Carolina Hurricanes. He is our first star of the show here on Hello Hockey, first star of the show presented by Commonwealth Stadium. Okay, you mentioned Pat Ketty, you mentioned Merrick Duggan. Dougie is the sponsor and partner of Hello Hockey, and we can't thank him enough for hopping on board this year as the sponsor of the text line. Tell us a little bit about both of those guys, because I know they followed your journey throughout the season. I remember Patty telling me, I was like, Tommy, I'm going to Montreal. I'm going to go watch Jordan play, and I'm leaving the wife behind. I'm thinking of bringing Jet. And then they followed you in the process of winning the Stanley Cup. They were in Vegas, and I'm sure they got in on the party a little bit too, but we know they're great guys. I've known Patty for years. I've known Doug. I actually played against Dougie. We got into a fight in junior back in the day.
Claim to fame.
Yeah. I guess what? He didn't kill me. I'm alive. I'm alive. He's a tough customer. But tell us about like the power of friendship and to have guys like that supporting you, as well as friends and family, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, my brother-in-law introduced me to Dougie probably 15 years ago now, and then he was doing like kind of the local MMA thing, and we always joked with each other like, when I make it to the NHL and you make it to UFC, we'll exchange tickets. So I never had to give him tickets because he never made the UFC, but no, and then I got to meet Patty through Dougie, and Patty's been unbelievable. This guy he give you the shirt off his back, and I obviously he's planning my party. And the other night, or whatever, Wednesday night, I was like, hey, do you know anybody at the Elks? I would like to take my kids to the Elks game. He goes, yeah, give me 10 minutes. And then he comes back and he goes, I got you a box for tomorrow night. I'm like, are you?
Yep.
Like, he's the man. He's the absolute man. And I appreciate those guys supporting me, and the fact that they came down to Vegas to watch those games. That's pretty cool. And Patty's kid Jet was on the ice with my nephew and my son, and yeah, that's a memory he'll have for his life. So
Yeah.
pretty cool, and very happy to have those guys there.
I almost died on Thursday at the game.
Yeah,
I
I seen the picture. I seen the picture. I wasn't. I don't know if I seen it live because I was wrestling a couple kids, but I seen the picture.
I'm here, and I'm glad I'm talking to you today.
Yeah, no kidding.
All
I got one last one for
yeah.
you. Obviously, Freddie Anderson is the new goalie here in Edmonton. What can the Oiler fans expect from him?
He's unbelievable. He's such a good goalie. He's a monster. I've never seen a guy that's like he's not. He's wide. He's like you look at him and it's like his whole body is like the same width all the way down. And I think that's what you want as a goalie. And he doesn't. He's so calm and moves so well for his size. And obviously, and he's just a great dude. So Oilers fans are lucky to have him. I actually know both Oilers goalies really well. I skate with Jars in the summer, and obviously hopeful for Jars to have a good season because I obviously was with him in his Pittsburgh days, and he was hard on him there, and I obviously coming to Edmonton, I want him to kind of have a fresh start. I know it didn't maybe go the way he wanted to end the year, but hopefully a good summer and work with everybody. He'll be able to turn it around. But obviously Freddie played lights out for us in the playoffs, and we don't win that Stanley Cup without Freddie. So obviously Oiler fans lucky to have him. I wish he was still with us, but I'm going to wish him well for 82 games now, because since we're playing 84.
Yeah, you got to play more games now. Good luck. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Jordan.
No dress code, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can wear whatever you want to the rink, which is that's
two games so I can wear my birthday suit.
Fantastic. To each their own. Listen, your reputation is sterling. Everybody waxes poetic about how good of a guy you are, and this is my first interaction with you. It lived up to the hype, man. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You know, Belsey and I can speak for both of us. We really appreciate it to end this season. Enjoy the Stanley Cup, and I hope to see you and talk to you again, and hopefully we can have you back on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. And I was obviously listening before, and I just want to shout out all the local sports talk radio as well. Like that's, I feel like they pull the plug on these shows without anybody knowing, and it's obviously people's jobs and livelihood. And I know all my buddies around here listen to all the AM talk shows, and they love them. And I know there's guys riding in tractors in the middle of fields listening to the AM shows, and it's a big part of what we do. And the media, the local shows are the ones that we actually like, because they show the good side of us, and instead of some of the national media that are down our throats half the time. So I know that you guys work with AM radio and the small, I guess, radio shows. So just wanted to shout them out.
Well said. Classy, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Really, really appreciate it, Jordan. Thank you so much, man. Congratulations.
You guys too. Have a good day.
Take care.
Thank you.
There you go. Stanley Cup champion, first star of the show, brought to you by Excellent to have him on here on Hello Hockey. Keep those texts coming in. Merrick Duggan, EXP Realty inbox 1-833-401-1440. Big thank you to Dougie for putting us in touch with Jordan Martinook. And we see some texts coming in. We see the chat over on YouTube. Let's keep it going. We're live on location, local public eatery, South Edmonton Common. Come on down if you'd like. It's the final show of the season. When we return, we'll get into like the final insider portion of the show of the year with Dave Pagnotta. I know it's been a crazy week with everything that's gone on, Belsey.
What's a toned down David Pagnotta like? That's what we're gonna find out.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever experienced that.
Well, we're gonna find out soon.
Years. Yeah.
Yep.
We gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Hello Hockey on Sports 1440.
Saturday mornings live on Sports 1440. Powered by Subaru. Confidence in motion. Visit Subaru.ca.
When you're out on the job site or hitting the highway in an Alberta winter, you can't afford gear that quits on you. That's why Iron 5 and Nisku has leveled up to be your one-stop heavy-duty shop. They aren't just your CVIP experts. They are now your local source for the best names in the business. We're talking high-performance Night Rider LEDs to turn night into day. And Canada-proof batteries that start every time, no matter how deep the freeze gets. Plus, if you're looking to move some serious dirt, Iron 5 is your dealer for Grip International Attachments. Compliance, power, lighting, and heavy-duty attachments. Get it all at Iron 5. Stop by the shop in Nisku or visit iron5.ca.
Commonwealth Stadium. Edmonton is home to Canada's largest outdoor stadium with a seating capacity for 56,400 fans and is home to the Edmonton Elks Football Club. Commonwealth Stadium is an excellent venue for world-class events, including major sporting events and world touring concerts. This 42-acre complex, including Commonwealth Recreation Center and Clark Stadium, is just minutes from downtown, has direct access to the LRT and bus routes, and promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. For the most up-to-date info on events this summer, go to edmonton.ca/Commonwealth. The sky's the limit.
You've done it. Sweaty and short of breath. But with the new bike, you finally did it. A personal best on the toughest trail you've ever challenged. And by a very respectable margin. Congratulations. But just because you did it by yourself, it doesn't mean you got here alone. You had a strong team at your back the whole way. From St. Albert's Source for Sports. Whether you're looking for a brand new ride from top brands like Specialized and Garneau, or your current bike needs a professional tune-up to help you get over that next hill, St. Albert's Source for Sports is your local biking headquarters. We service and sell a great selection of Evo electric bikes too. Our experts will help you find a perfect fit, and our full service shop handles everything from simple adjustments to complete overhauls. And if you're looking for baseball gear, we've got all your bases covered. St. Albert's Source for Sports, your source for hockey, bikes, baseball, and more for over 36 years.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We go boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the roof on fire. Now, baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire. Tell her, baby, 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 I'm on fire. I tell her, baby, 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 I'm a fireball. Came I conquered, or should I say I saw I conquered, I came. This little chico on fire, he ain't no lie. Well, y'all slipping, he's running the game. Now, big bang, boogie, get that kitty little noogie in a nice little shade. I gave Susie a little pat up on the booty, and she turned around and said, walk this way. I was born in a plane. Mama said that every word was from my name. I'm the best you ever had. If you think I'm burning out, I never am. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Fireball. Good to go.
We return here to Hello Hockey, hour number 2. Tom Gazzola, Shawn, Belle, Donovan Paulson back at Sports 1440 HQ, making sure that this thing is staying on the rails as we conclude the 25-26 season of Hello Hockey. Big thank you to everybody at Sports 1440 for making sure that we can finish up this year. Big thank you to Local Public Eatery, where we are right now. We're at the South Edmonton Common, South Common location, local SoCo, if you will. And shout out to Dean Lowry and the entire crew at Local for being a partner of this show all year long. Really appreciate them. and really appreciate those who come out to support our show. We saw some people last week in Sherwood Park. That was fantastic. And my parents are here, my family friends, Steve and Jackie and their daughter Stephanie. Jackie taught you.
That's right.
In elementary school. Of course.
Saturday mornings live on Sports 1440. Powered by Subaru, a world-class leader in environmental performance. Visit Subaru.ca.
Summer isn't time off. It's where seasons are built. At 7 Hockey, we don't just train hard. We train right. Strength, speed, mobility, on-ice skill, off-ice power. Trusted by serious players. Built for the next level. Starting in May, put in the work that separates you. 7 Hockey. Train with purpose. Perform when it matters.
Question: what do you do with your metal?
Lawn ornaments.
Statues.
I made this hat for Kitty, but it's a little heavy. Sorry, Mr. Fluffles.
At Metal Supermarkets, they encourage you to submit your creations to the Metal My Way Gallery today. You can win some great prizes. Go to metalmyway.com, a celebration of metal mastery. Proudly sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the local convenience stores for Southside, West End, Metal.
Back here on Hello Hockey. Big thank you to local public eatery sponsors all year long. All right, Bellsy, we're going to get to Dave Pagnotta shortly. We have Brent Myers coming up in hour number 2. You can text us via the Merrick Duggan EXP Realty inbox, 1-833-401-1440. All right, anything you want to hit on before we get to Pegs?
Well, there's lots that I want to hit on. It's there's been quite a bit that's happened, obviously, in the hockey world. And
yes.
It seems like everything, the Leo Carlson thing was a massive piece of the hockey world, and now we're starting to quiet down again. And what's going to happen, moving forward. Connor Bedard obviously got his what do you get, shoulder surgery?
Yes, that was awful.
That's a tough one. Like, I know that you can't tell guys that they can't skate.
No, they have to skate.
And so, like, if you're the Chicago Blackhawks right now, what are you saying? Just
what
unfortunate,
can you say?
Unfortunate luck.
But you saw the video.
I saw the video, but I'm just saying, like, that's their best player.
Sure.
And so, what are you saying if you're Chicago Blackhawks? Like that just tough bounce and move on?
Yeah.
Or do you want to try to get them like?
What are you going to do?
I
Put
don't
them
know.
in
That's the question I'm asking.
In
You
bubble
can't put 'em
wrap?
bubble wrap. You can't have caution tape around them. Do you keep them in Chicago so that you have, closer ties to players? Because these are assets, obviously, that for NHL teams, and you don't want to lose your star guy. I don't know. To me, it's if you're Chicago, you're kicking yourself.
Sure, but it's just dumb luck.
Oh, it's massively dumb luck, but I don't know. What do you do?
Deal with it. Soldier on.
Just soldier, figure it out.
Or in this case, shoulder on.
Oh boy, too soon.
Terrible pun.
Yeah,
terrible pun. I apologize. All right, we'll get into some text here. Hampton Steve getting in says it's so weird to watch on 1440. It's like when the Outsiders left the WWF, showed up on WCW Nitro. Yeah, but that's just how it is, Hampton Steve, and we found a new home and we're grateful for it. This text came in, says it's from Paul, says longtime Saturday 960 listener, got you on 1440. Any quick thoughts on what you both like and dislike about the Flames rebuild so far? Go ahead.
I like the fact that they have a direction and they're sticking with it. I think it's important for teams like the Flames to say, if we're going to go full rebuild, let's go full rebuild. Because there's nothing worse than being, a perennial bottom feeder. There's nothing worse than being stuck in the quote unquote mushy middle.
Mushy middle sucks.
It's the worst, right? So if you're, a Flames fan, I think there's reasons to be optimistic. And one of it is, well, hey, we got direction of what we want to do.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go full steam ahead at it. We're going to bring in young players. We're going to try to develop them. Hopefully that we can now get to the top within, let's call it 5 years. We've seen teams be able to do that and turn their franchise around in 5 years. It's not going to be the decade of darkness like here, up here in Edmonton, but that's kind of how I feel about the Flames and their situation. I think that Conroy's a smart guy. I think that, Iggy, being behind the scenes, Peter Hanlon obviously is a new assistant GM.
He is.
I think they're in really good hands, and I look forward to watching the progress of the Calgary Flames.
All right, well, let's bring in our Hello Hockey Insider and get his thoughts on the Calgary Flames as well. David Pagnotta. He is brought to you by our good friends over at Fanatics by Pro Hockey Life, the official uniform supplier of the BCHL and the JPHL. Go check them out over at Pro Hockey Life. All right, Paisan, it's the last one of the year, and we're happy we're on location. We wish you were here, but we're glad that we have you remotely at least. We'll finally get you back in the city at some point next season, I feel like. How are you? What do you think about the Calgary Flames? That was a question that came in from someone who's a 960 listener. And, of course, sadly, that station no longer exists.
Yes, very sadly is an understatement. Unfortunate stuff that happened this week.
Yeah.
First of all, good to see you, boys. Yeah, last one of the year. I told you, I'm coming out over this. I was, I should have seen you guys this week, but didn't happen. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll grab some on the back nine another time. But Calgary, it's rebuild mode. I think I missed the beginning of what you guys were chatting about, but on the Flames. But I don't think it's any secret that they're going through this process, and they're going to continue to listen on a lot of their guys. Morgan Frost's name's still out there. They have others they're willing to listen on. There are teams interested in White Cloud still, and so on and so on. So this is going to be an interesting summer, I think. I think we'll see sporadic movement, starting maybe next week, maybe a little bit after next week, after like some of the free agents start to find their new homes that are still available. And then we'll see kind of like random moves happen throughout the summer. And it wouldn't surprise me if Calgary gets in on some of that action with what's going on with them in the direction they're going. And the Coleman move was kind of anticipated. We talked about this before that they were, actively looking to move him. Dallas was a key destination, but with their financials, it just didn't make sense to be able to pull that off. So he goes to Minnie and has a good opportunity there to chase a cup. So I think they're going to continue to take calls and get engaged in some random conversations throughout summer. I mean, guys are starting to go away to the cottage and whatnot, but with how things have gone in the first week, but also in the last couple of weeks, as much as guys are going to be, posting up on the dock or something like that, they're also going to still have their phones readily available.
Go ahead, Belzy.
It's, we're thinking about the free agents and in that landscape and guys that are going to be ready and available, like you just mentioned. But what about a guy like Connor Hellebuck? We've kind of heard the rumors, obviously. We what was going on with Buffalo, and he was willing to go there, and the move never materialized.
Which is crazy, by the way.
Which is crazy. What is going to happen with a guy like him? Is this something that's going to be, okay, as over the course of the summer, closer to the season starting, you might see a little bit more traction? Because I'm assuming a lot of guys, like you just said, are going to the cottage and starting to settle down some of the business.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I'm still looking at going, hey, if it's August 5th and we get some news out of Winnipeg, we probably shouldn't be surprised. Random date. I'm not saying specifically let's wait for August 5th, but like just random day. Because that's still going. I think that there's with how the conversations went around draft and his willingness to go to Buffalo, I think the conversations have continued. I think they will continue to continue. And I think Carolina's always poking around, right? So wouldn't shock me if they continue to do that as well. But like I think it's interesting to see how the Jets are going to maneuver this one, because like they really like Bjork that they picked up in the first round. He was standing like right in front of me when the pick was made, him and his family, and I didn't realize he's a little guy, but he's like a truck. He's a thick little guy. Like this is a like very powerful center that they've got on the smaller side height wise, but this is a player that they're banking on. They were really high on him. They didn't want to include that pick in a trade for Hellebuck. That kind of shows you how high they were. They were willing to move the fourth, but as part of this, but Winnipeg didn't want to flip the picks and whatnot. So anyway, high on the kid. Does he fit in right away into that 2C role? I think they'll give him the opportunity to try if they don't find a replacement or another piece. But they're still looking to shore up that second line. They still have at least one other hole on that line that they want to fill. You've got to imagine the conversations will continue if it's with Buffalo to include a forward, to include UPL and other pieces. So, whether it's Mertka or something else that's in there, those conversations I think are going to continue. I haven't heard it's dead in the water yet, but again, now we're hitting the dog days of summer. But again, I still anticipate activity, and I think the Jets with Helly are going to continue those conversations. And I think there's some motivation to make it happen before the season, but I think everybody understands that there is a chance he starts the year in Winnipeg, and if he does, he's probably going to ride that out, and then be moved next summer. But they're still trying is the long-winded answer of what I just gave you.
I like it.
No, I like it too. It's interesting to see a goalie of that caliber move, especially if it's during the season. It's going to obviously cause some ripple effect. But
no kidding.
Speaking of ripple effect, we obviously saw the Leo Carlson situation finally play out. Anaheim does retain his services. I think, what did I see? They had $10 million left over in cap space, or is it down to?
I think they're down to like six or
7
million.
So what's going to happen now?
Oh no, 9. You're right. Sorry,
they're at 9, just under 9.
My bad.
Over
the
9,
Oilers are down to 6.
Yeah. So what happens with Cutter Gauthier? Because now if you look at the timeline of how everything was playing out, and I believe the original numbers for Carlson were 11 million, 12 million for his extension. He goes to 18. Now, if you're Cutter Gauthier sitting there saying, okay, wait a second, this guy was going to be at 11, 12. I was going to be underneath him. Now he's at 18. What's the number that he's going to start searching for?
Well, the number being tossed around out there is 15, in that range. So he could come in smaller on a shorter deal. They take a 2-year. He'll still be controllable as an RFA. They'll give him the bigger bucks then. It's possible. I don't think that's the objective from his camp. I think it's, get the 15 times 8 type of deal. But we'll see. Obviously, there are going to be more conversations. There will continue to be. So they've got just over 9 mil. You can free up an extra mil if you send Brossoit down. But they've been actively for about a week, since last Sunday, they started to explore the market on some of their guys. So Vetrano, Killorn, Kreider. Killorn and Kreider in the final year of their deals. Killer's got a 6.25 cap hit. Kreider's got 6.5. And Vetrano's a little over 4.5, but there are deferrals on his contract. So that complicates things a little bit, not significantly, but it's a factor. They also have 3 second-round picks next year, and the chatter is that they're willing to include a draft pick, presumably one of those seconds, with one of those guys in order to take the full pop. You move one of Killorn or Kreider, gives you 15, 16 if you send Brossoit down. There's enough money. If you move 2 of those guys, you give yourself more breathing space, more wiggle room, and you could probably sign a replacement among the available free agents at a discount, so to speak. And whoever it would be would have to take less, understand that they're going to get more ice time, pump their numbers a little more, get a bigger contract somewhere else next summer, or maybe in Anaheim. moving forward after this season, they have a lot more cap flexibility because both, as I mentioned, Killorn and Kreider come off the books.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to next. Yep.
So next season and on, not this season, which is 26-27 because we're in the new calendar year, but 27 and 8 and on, there's a lot more breathing space. And yeah, they've got Seneca that they got to sign. He's got 2 years left, so his money won't kick in for 2 years, even though they could sign him to an extension next summer, which based on how excuse me, based on how things went, stuff went. This past summer, I imagine the Ducks want to get ahead of that sooner than later. So the Seneca money isn't really a big factor but at that point the cap's going to be like 122 million. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just in the now, and there are ways to get creative. It's just they're going to have to be creative.
Well, I mean, what's going to happen? Myself and Tommy talked about this earlier in the show. Is this now the offer sheet something that is going to be, weaponized for GMs to try to improve their team? I think that a lot of GMs are starting to learn, and they're going to try to lock up players as soon as they possibly can. But if there is that guy that's, got some, maybe he's, a second, third line guy that's got room to improve, or he's got some potential that's untapped, and guys haven't necessarily wrapped that guy up, will we see more teams start to, target those players a la Barrett Hayton?
Well, I mean, like some teams like Utah, and for the most part, and the Canadians, for example, prime examples of getting their young stars locked in early.
Yeah.
Like they wasted no time with all of their guys, including Demidov, who signed on the first at just over $9.1 million for 8 years. So he's under contract for this year plus another 8. That's 9 years of control for a kid who is probably going to be on teetering on stardom, if not a little above that. There are teams that have noticed that. I mean, look, Philly, before they activated the offer sheet, signed Ty Forrester to a 7-year extension. So teams definitely want to get their internal business and their housekeeping done. But, some teams take different stances. And I think you just have to – I think it'll be different every year. And this was circumstantial. Like Philly spent 2 weeks before July 1 analyzing, evaluating what's the best shot we have at landing one of these guys. And the closest they got to it was Leo Carlson. Now, again, the Ducks had opportunities in season in the first bit of the season to lock him in. They didn't. They messed around with negotiations in the beginning, trying to be a little bit too chest puffy. It didn't work. And they have to bite down and pay him the money. I don't think it's necessarily a matter of, okay, crap, we got to give this guy $18 million. It's more of we didn't expect to get to this point this soon. And I think a lot of the league, a lot of people around the league were anticipating numbers going up. And keep in mind, this all started with Kaprizov getting 17. But the younger guys, like there was talk at the draft that Bedard was looking at around, at least the chatter. They hadn't at the time really gotten deep in negotiations. I think it was just more conversationally. But the numbers being thrown out were 17. Like they talked the numbers. They talked ballpark. Like we're talking this. We're like, again, in conversation, not actual negotiations, but in conversation. That's what it was. And then you see Bo and Byram get 12.5 million times 6. Everybody's going, oh crap, maybe these numbers are coming in a little sooner than we anticipated. And they have. And they will. Like I don't see a scenario where Bedard's not in the 15 to 17 range. Quinn Hughes' extension, which is they're getting there, is going to be around 17, if not higher. What's his name is going to be Cale Makar, excuse me.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, one of those players in the league. Like 18, 19, 20 million.
Yeah, seriously, yes.
And there's no. So the max number you can hit on a cap hit on an AAV is 20% of the upcoming cap. So this year it's 104, so it's 20.8. If Makar and his camp want over that, they have to wait till this time next summer when the next year's cap kicks in. which is 113.5 or approximately, depending if it moves and fluctuates. And that's 22 point something. So, I mean, if he wants 21, he can go there. I don't think it'll get that high because I think he also, he wants to win. But if he hits 20 million, 0 people will be surprised based on how the numbers are going. So everything is going up. We've talked about this all season. We need to get used to these numbers being high, and it's going to benefit the younger stars of the league more than anyone. Middle of the pack always gets hosed, but at least they're getting hosed with more money now than they ever have.
Touche. It's David Pagnotta. He's our Hello Hockey Insider, brought to you by Fanatics over at Pro Hockey Life. You can text us via the Merrick Duggan EXP Realty inbox if you have a question for Dave. Final episode of Hello Hockey this season, 1-833-401-1440. And we're going to go into the inbox, Dave. There's a question for you, and it comes from Ryan in Sask. Says, will Ryan McLeod end up in Winnipeg if there's a Hellebuck trade? It fills a 2C void. So that's for you. Do you think that could happen, David?
It's possible. Around draft, we heard McLeod and Jack Quinn's name floating around. I think there's been more of an appetite for Buffalo to explore a Quinn move versus McLeod. But I mean, look, push comes to shove. If that's depending on what the rest of the package looks like, it's possible he gets included in something if it gets to that point. But both him and Quinn, their names were bandied about a little bit. I think Hellenius as well, but I don't think Buffalo wants to go in that direction with the whole package that they're looking at. Would it shock me? No. I think Buffalo prefers to include Quinn in a move, but again, it really depends on what the overall package is going to be, which obviously without the 4th overall pick changes things. Unless, again, they're including Merca, UPL, Quinn, maybe another piece. It's a big package, but, Hellebuck's locked in for 4 or 5 years. So, and he wants to go to Buffalo. So you almost kind of have to explore that even further. Guys want to win. Tommy, that's it. Doesn't matter where you are. Guys want to win.
I respect
that. Nobody wants to be in Chicago right now. I mean, maybe after this coming season, Bedard comes back from his injury. Frundell has a great season. You see the promise. Like, nobody wanted to be in San Jose for a few years, and now it's like, well, wait a second. Now you've got Celebrini, and you've got Smith, and you've got the Russian kid whose name I always forget, and he had a great spot there. You get Stenberg now in the mix. They have an interesting blue line. Askarov's growing. So like all of these teams that sucked, now it's their time. So like people want to go to Montreal, all this no Canada crap. Like everybody wants to be in Montreal. So to be part of that, like Buffalo's right there too.
I'm curious just to hear your thoughts on it. I heard a discussion and I don't remember where I heard it, but I heard it. And it's about loyalty, amongst players towards your teams towards players, and with players now obviously forcing their way out of teams and saying, hey, I want to get to this contender or that contender. The question and conversation comes up like, well, Dylan Larkin, for example, well, you've been with this, organization for this amount of time. And now, they have committed resources to try to help you win in Detroit.
Debatable.
But now the question is like, debatable is exactly truth, right? But the question goes, okay, well, where is the loyalty to this particular team? Are we in a situation where, more players are going to get questioned their loyalty? Because I know how I feel about it in terms of that comment. And to me, it's like, well, on the flip side, how many teams have true loyalty to their players? And now they're just getting it flipped, I guess, on their heads, where players are saying, well, no, if you're not going to help me win, I want to move right away to a team that can help me win.
Yeah. And I totally respect it. Like Dylan Larkin, for 2 years, he's been complaining, and I'll explain why. He's been complaining about how, management hasn't taken next steps, hasn't given them more resources, to immediate resources to work with. Why is he complaining about that? Because that's what they told him they would do. And they haven't. So if I'm Dylan Larkin, I'm here all this time. We're going to build. Okay, we've got Mo Sider. We've got Lucas Raymond. And awesome. We've got some pillars here. where are all the other pieces? We've got the foundational pillars. Where's all the rest? How come that we're still waiting? How come last 2 seasons ago you did nothing at the deadline? How come this year you only brought in Justin Falk when you said you were going to do so much more? It's no disrespect to Justin Falk. It's like, again, they said they were going to do more.
Right.
So I totally understand where Dylan Larkin's coming from. Other players, Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa, different scenario.
I still laugh at that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, we talked about it all season.
We did.
You know, that this was the most likely outcome. And unfortunately for Sens fans, it was.
Oh, man, you got ripped for that too.
I got ripped for everything.
Well,
whatever.
That one really got you ripped.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be that guy.
It's part of it. He knows it.
It's part of the game.
It is part of the game.
If I was wrong, I would apologize like I did.
Yep.
You did.
Like you did the other day.
Earlier this week.
Yeah.
With
who, by the way?
Well, Claude Giroux. Yes. Back to Ottawa. Sens fans aren't too thrilled with me, but
whatever.
There are some layers to that. I'm not going to get into because I'm not burning anybody.
No need.
But I stand by what I reported on Friday based on what I was told. So at the time, things change. It is what it is. But I own it. It is what it is. You can't bat 1,000 in this game, and I wouldn't have taken a swing if I didn't like what was coming at me. So unfortunately for me, it is what it is, and I deal with the chirps and very creative ones too. Philly fans are nuts.
Are they ever?
They throw snowballs at Santa.
Yeah.
Sens fans pretty good too. But just wait till the next Sens report that I come out with. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to save this one. You're not going to. You'll be pissed off about it too, but I'll just wait. There's no point in doing it now.
Dude, it's all good.
That said, I like that's a different scenario than the Larkin situation. But I understand if guys like how much longer do you think Connor McDavid is going to handle and deal with all the crap in Edmonton?
Feels like
don't.
But in all honesty, I think they're on the clock, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Guys, this is our last show. Okay.
But I'm just
need to go off a send off like this. Okay?
I'm just saying.
There.
I'm just saying. Like, you want to touch on loyalty? I don't think you can get any more loyal than how Connor McDavid has been to the Oilers.
Fair point.
Yep,
you know, $12.5 million for the next 2 years to give them more space. Because first of all, he's got a crap ton of money, and he's going to make a boatload more after this deal.
Hell yeah.
So he took the hit on that, but it was a calculated hit for him because of his loyalty to the Oilers. It's time to reciprocate.
Yes.
And there's still more moves that need to be made. But that being that, like, so I understand the loyalty factor. It's got limitations, and eventually guys will start to go, I just can't do this anymore, a la Dylan Larkin, and I totally understand it.
Yep. All right. Really quickly, because we got to wrap up this segment. And Pegs, we love you, and we're so glad you're with us on Hello Hockey and have been since day one. Levi texting in via the Merrick Duggan EXP Realty inbox 1-833-401-1440. Levi says, didn't Stoff say McDavid will sign a 7-year extension? Just like quickly react without getting Bob ready to call you and yell at you like he tends to do if he doesn't like what you say.
I love Bob. He's great. But well, first of all, he can't until next summer anyway.
Yes.
So let's see how the season goes. If we have the same outcome this coming season as this past one, I'd be a little surprised if it happens next summer. Maybe they wait it out. Maybe 2 years they win the cup or something like that, changes his mind. But I don't know. I honestly, I haven't gotten that. I think this is wait and see mode, just like it is with Werenski in Columbus and Matthews in Toronto. This is I think it's a wait and see mode more than anything. But we got to wait. Oh, that's amazing. It cut out.
Thanks so much, Dave. They got out, but yeah, they got everybody listening got the answer they wanted to hear, and the text line's now saying McDavid isn't going anywhere. Dave, stop. But the plays are actual. I'll put them back on screen here. But the text line's now angry at you.
Of course.
See, I told you.
Oh.
We don't need to go.
Wait and see mode.
Oh
Wait
my
and see
God.
mode. That's all I said.
Apologies for the technical thing. Dave, thank you for hitting on that. We're ironing it out as we migrated to the new station. Paisan, we got to get to break. We love you. You know that. Thank you for being our insider this season. We want you to obviously to be back next year.
Amen. Definitely.
Okay, perfect. Have a great summer. Thank you for all your insight on any station that we're on. Love you, buddy.
Love you guys too. Everybody relax. I just said wait and see. I McDavid loves it there. Just wait and see. Just chill.
Yeah,
Love you
Bob's
guys.
probably calling you already.
Abort.
Okay. There's our Hello Hockey Insider, David Pagnotta, brought to you by Fanatics at Pro Hockey Life. Thank you to Fanatics at Pro Hockey Life for hopping on board with us this year and helping to make sure that Dave is our insider all season long. Okay, we do have to take a quick break. Dave was excellent. Brent Myers is coming up next. He is fantastic. Lots to talk to Mizey about on the next segment here on Hello Hockey as we get set to wrap the season on Sports 1440. More right after this.
Mornings live on Sports 1440. Powered by Subaru. The perfect choice for Alberta's challenging weather and road conditions. Visit Subaru.ca.
Summer isn't time off. It's where seasons are built. At 7 Hockey, we don't just train hard. We train right. Strength, speed, mobility, on-ice skill, off-ice power. Trusted by serious players. Built for the next level. Starting in May, put in the work that separates you. 7 Hockey. Train with purpose. Perform when it matters.
When you're out on the job site or hitting the highway in an Alberta winter, you can't afford gear that quits on you. That's why Iron 5 and Nisku has leveled up to be your one-stop heavy-duty shop. They aren't just your CVIP experts. They are now your local source for the best names in the business. We're talking high-performance Night Rider LEDs to turn night into day. And Canada-proof batteries that start every time, no matter how deep the freeze gets. Plus, if you're looking to move some serious dirt, Iron 5 is your dealer for Grip International Attachments. Compliance, power, lighting, and heavy-duty attachments. Get it all at Iron 5. Stop by the shop in Nisku or visit iron5.ca.
Commonwealth Stadium. Edmonton is home to Canada's largest outdoor stadium with a seating capacity for 56,400 fans and is home to the Edmonton Elks Football Club. Commonwealth Stadium is an excellent venue for world-class events, including major sporting events and world touring concerts. This 42-acre complex, including Commonwealth Recreation Center and Clark Stadium, is just minutes from downtown, has direct access to the LRT and bus routes, and promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. For the most up-to-date info on events this summer, go to edmonton.ca/Commonwealth. The sky's the limit.
Yeah. Feel it, baby. 2. Swing. Come on, swing. Swing. Come on, swing.
Welcome back to Hello Hockey, final segment of the season right here on Sports 1440. We appreciate you being here with us. We're live on location. Local public eatery, Southampton Common, Tom Gazzola, Shawn, Belle, Donovan Paulson, making sure everything's staying on the rails here. And for those that are new to the program or maybe have been with us, we had to migrate over to 1440 in a pinch, and we're hammering things out, making sure it's running as smoothly as possible. We appreciate your patience, and a big thank you to all of our sponsors and partners who've been with us for multiple years, specifically this year as well. Merrick Duggan eXp Realty, that's where the text line is at, 1-833-401-1440. Local has been on board with us for a few years, and we can't thank them enough. Of course, Fanatics that brings you David Pagnotta, our Hello Hockey insider. Of course, Commonwealth Stadium brought you the first star of the show this year. Modern Measure, have to give a huge shout out to the boys, Richie and Jared over at Modern, who have been with us for 3 years now. I can't, tell you how good they are enough because they're fantastic, making people look good, men and women. Go check them out at the City of Edmonton Tower. They'll get you guys looking great. They're Edmonton's leading provider of made-to-measure clothing, from weddings to grads. Game day to the office, get custom fit business and casual wear for one-of-a-kind look made just for you. And we're ready to welcome in Brant Myers, our next guest. He is brought to you by Boys with Toys Storage, another fine partner of ours here at Hello Hockey. We look forward to moving on with them into next year here on Sports 1440. As outdoor adventure becomes part of everyday life, the toys are getting bigger and the garages are getting smaller. That's where Boys with Toys Storage comes in. We provide purchasable, secure, heated, fully enclosed storage for your boats, RVs, sleds, cars, and more, with Phase 2 coming soon in Parkland County and a new location in Magna Bay on the Shuswaps in BC. Visit boyswithtoystorage.com for more information. Brant Myers, friend of the show, friend of ours, good dude overall. He is an entrepreneur. He's a former NHL tough guy. He is also a best-selling author, and he's been patient and waiting to hop on. So let's bring in Mizey here. I misspelled his name. I am so sorry, Brant. I tweeted your name out. That was my fault. I know you're angry. Take it out on me, all right? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, Tommy, that's the second time you've almost died this week.
Yeah, Mizey might kill me.
Oh, I appreciate him.
Can you hear us, Mizey? Can you hear us? No, he's there. Can you hear us, Mizey? Check 1 2 1 2.
Hi, Mizey.
Hi, Mizey. Nothing? You're not hearing anything? Dono, can we look into that? Okay, we see him, but we can't hear him.
We will look into that. I will.
I can hear him.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Is he mute? Like
he has the speakers on mute? I have no idea.
Maybe he has to speak. We can hear him.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll get him sorted out. Oh, there's Cal in the park and Sarah. All right. Well, we'll get Brant all here.
Yeah.
Don't swear. No. Mizey, stop swearing.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good.
My goodness.
Mizey is one of a kind.
We'll get it sorted out.
You know, one of the toughest jobs ever, hey? Brant Myers, like what he had to do.
Obviously.
Back in his day, like just a lot of guys that would just throw heavy. It's one of the most thankless jobs you possibly can get.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna phone him. We're gonna thank you, Donovan. Okay. We're getting texts from Pagnotta as well. We're pretty juicy and not fit for the air. Keep those texts coming in. The Merrick Duggan eXp Realty inbox 1-833-401-1440. Thank you to everybody who's been with us on the YouTube side of things. And like we said, we had to quickly shift to the new station and ironing kinks out. I think by the time we get to September, we'll have a lot of issues resolved. But Brant says it's working now. Do we have Brant? Dono? I think we do. Okay, let's give it a shot here. Let's give it a shot with Brant Myers. Yeah. Brant, do we have you?
Let's try now. Let's see if he pops up this time.
All right, here we go. Wish us luck. Brant, hello. How are you? Are you going to drop another F-bomb? Do I need to get this whole thing ready? Here we go. It's Brant Myers. We appreciate your patience. I'm sorry I spelt your name wrong. You got the F-bomb in there.
Now we're even.
You're lucky I'm drinking non-alcoholic beers, buddy. I'll tell you that.
Oh my goodness. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, absolutely, boys. No, it's great to see you. Where are you guys at right now?
We're at local public eatery, South Common.
Okay, excellent. Awesome, boys.
So we've been on location here the last couple shows. We were in Sherwood Park last week, and now finishing up the last episode of the season here at SoCo. So it's been good. It's been fun.
And
there's always a nice little vibe going on here, so it's good.
And what number of episode is this for you guys?
I don't
Any idea?
No.
You know what, Mizey? This show started on 1260.
Yeah.
Then it went to EST and Sportsnet in Calgary and Vancouver. Sadly, and we talked about it earlier in the show, Sportsnet Vancouver and Calgary were shut down this past week, just like we were at 1260. And then these last 2 weeks, Belsey and I moved the show over to 1440. Marty Stevens, Jason Greger, Donovan Paulson, and everybody at 1440 has been great. Like, we had to do it on the fly. So it's been a work in progress, but we're glad like we were able to finish out the season. We're glad we have you as our last guest of the year. So I think we're 100 and something shows in over like multiple stations. So it's been interesting.
And Mizey, I just want to quickly, like, I need to get this right away.
Yeah.
I was on your page recently on Twitter, and sometime in April, you posted this wonderful video about a WHL line brawl in 1992.
Yeah.
And then the coach said, that's hockey. And I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but you were one of the guys that had the lawnmower going, which truly sparked the whole thing. I'm actually looking at it right now.
I'm watching it.
Do you remember that situation?
Yeah, the thing I remember most about that is getting cranked in the side of the head from some guy that came off the bench. I mean, but I mean, listen, back then it was almost just second nature. I don't know if the score was out of hand. I assume it was. And
what's out of hand though? Is it 5-2? Is out of hand? Because I remember back in the day, it's like if it's more than 3 goals spread, this last 5 minutes of hockey game is going to take 35-40 minutes.
Yeah, it was maybe 3-1. But
why am I not surprised?
It was I gotta tell you, I called a couple of the boys that were in that brawl, and we just reminisced about it. And I was 17 years old, like maybe 18, I think, because it was 92. Yeah, I got drafted in 92, so I was 18. But crazy times back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very different time in hockey, and you've kind of gone through, that era. You were with the Los Angeles Kings, I would call it the transition era, how things were moving to what the game is now. And obviously the game is faster than it's ever been and more skilled than it's ever been. But like, how much do you sit back and watch and still, feel the way that it was? Like, there should be an element of that, I guess, back in the game, or do you feel like it should be?
Well, I think what's been lost is the pride for being a teammate and representing, I guess, your fan base. So what I mean by that is, in today's game, you see a lot of these games where it's like a blowout. It's like 8-1 at home, 9-2, and you don't see any pushback. And that to me is, I get the whole staged fighting and all that kind of stuff, but like, when you're getting blown out at home 8-1 and there's not even a roughing penalty, I just don't. That to me is, I think, where they've really lost the essence of what a team is.
Mm-hmm. And how do they get that back, I guess, is a question that I would ask a guy that has had to stand up for teammates and has been in those situations. And
I think that comes from the coach, quite honestly. And then it has nothing to do with the players. That's not their fault, that they're built the way that they're built.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that the general manager and the coach need to be on the same page. And I think when you look at, like, let's say the team in Florida, they just had a bunch of Bulldogs on the team that played really hard, and so really that starts with the coach and the general manager bringing in the right horses that actually care that if you're going to get blown out at home, there's going to be some pushback at least. And not the players' fault at all. Like I said, they're they're sort of getting groomed that way actually nowadays from junior, to be quite honest.
Brent Myers joining us now, former NHLer, best-selling author, and also has his non-alcoholic beer with the fine folks over at Alley Cat called Unhammered. I saw you on the golf course. You want to do any more hockey talk, or do you want to get into the business ventures? And Brent can talk about anything, quite honestly. If you
I want to ask you guys a question. I want to put you guys on the. I want to put you guys on the spot.
Okay,
and
fine.
I don't want any flaky answers either on this.
What do you got?
You know, I need your guys' response for owners putting their whole family on the Stanley Cup. The first two lines versus an equipment manager that's been there for 40 years. And a guy that also played 38 regular season games didn't make that cup. But then you have a 6-year-old that's on the cup. And to me, I understand that Florida did it too. And the gentleman that owns the team in Florida, Vincent or whatever his name is, he's only got 3 kids, so he didn't get as much heat. But I just wonder about what your thoughts are on that whole situation.
Go ahead, Bellsy.
Well, yeah, I mean, the easy answer is to say it's not great to see. I can understand from the owner's point of view that there is a sense of pride from his family saying like, hey, we own this particular hockey team. We feel like we're proud to be the owners of the Carolina Hurricanes. We feel proud that, you know, our team won the Stanley Cup and we want to have our names engraved on that. I understand it from that perspective and where he's coming from. With that being said, I do find it disrespectful that you left out particular people that have been very meaningful to the organization. I do find it disrespectful that the people that have gone through the trenches and the wars, you mentioned one of the guys that played 38 games, like 38 games is still 38 games. It may not be a full season, but you were part of it. You were in the trenches. You were sweating. You were bleeding. You were putting your body on the line for that team to help win the Stanley Cup. Whether you played in the Stanley Cup playoffs or not is one thing, but the reality is you still put it all out for that particular team. So I understand the sense of pride from the Dundon family and wanting your family to be part of the Stanley Cup and the history that goes with it in the NHL. I get it. However, very, very disrespectful, in my opinion, to leave those particular people out that have contributed to what the overall success of, you know, your franchise was this year.
But you could have proved a point by just putting the Dundon family. You could have, yeah. You don't have to put all 5 kids on there. Because, I agree. Because in all reality, none of them did contribute to that Stanley Cup. Not one of them. So I guess all I'm saying, when I saw that, I got a bit of a bad feeling in my stomach that, like, there's a guy that's an equipment trainer since literally the Hartford Whaler days.
Yep.
And he doesn't get his name on it. Like,
that part is obviously very disrespectful.
We
right?
can
like
move on, but move on. But it was just one part of news that caught me, and it didn't sit well with me.
It shouldn't, Meisty.
No, it shouldn't. Yep.
Listen, Bellsy summed it up wonderfully, and you guys are right. It's just not right. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
It's just not right. How they were able to do that is mind blowing. I don't know how the league gave that the okay. Not right. And people have pointed out like Basil Pocklington getting on there, and then they had to like exit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like, this is weird. It's bizarre. And listen, the 5-year-old that's in kindergarten that did nice crayon doodles to support his dad's team, that's wonderful. Yeah. But that doesn't get you your name engraved on the Stanley Cup. And the equipment managers and the PR guy that has been with the team for 20 years, I think Mike Sondheim is his name.
Yep.
Not getting on there because 7 Dundons are on there is just straight up not right.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. The equipment managers, they have the most thankless job in the entire NHL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get home at 2:00 in the morning as a player, as a coach, As a GM, you get to go to your hotel room. You get to go to, your house, wherever you go. That's what happens. You immediately do that. You get to go to bed. These guys are now jumping on their trucks that are pulling onto the tarmac right at the plane. They're loading all the bags in to the truck. They're driving it to the next particular place. They are now washing the equipment, washing the jerseys. They're hanging all of the equipment. They're not going to bed until 4:00 in the morning, and then they have to be the first people back in the room. So I completely agree. It is disrespectful not have that particular person on. So
I'm okay if Daryl Cates I'm okay if Daryl Cates wins the cup and he puts the Cates family. Absolutely. No problem. One little line. But to take up 2 lines at the top of the cup with a 5-year-old and an 11-year-old it just really sat bad with me. And I'm surprised that nobody actually intervened with that, to be quite honest.
Same. Brant Myers with us, our final guest of the 25-26 season here on Hello Hockey. Great to have Mizey on. Okay, Mizey, we only have a few minutes left. And you're a busy man, and I just finished your book. It's fantastic, by the way, for those who haven't read it. Painkiller, Mizey opens up, talks about his life and his journey. But where you're at now is you launched Unhammered about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
You were on the golf course. Dude, you're everywhere with this thing. It's a delicious non-alcoholic. It's a great option. Tell us where everything's at and where people can get Unhammered if they want to dabble, because it truly is fantastic, and you've done a wonderful job.
Well, thank you, boys. I appreciate it. And you can one of my partners is Jason Beulah, and he's like a walking billboard for this thing too. So anybody can hit Jay up if they need a 6-pack. But anyways, no, it's been great, you guys. I think we launched in September. We're in about 120 locations now in the city. We just got picked up by Wine and Beyond.
Nice.
So that's really nice. And really proud of the liquid. You can go to the website and then it says Get Unhammered and put your postal code in, and then the nearest store will pop up to you, and go and enjoy some cold, no regrets beverages for the summer.
I love it.
Anything for Mizey?
No, I'm proud of you, Mizey.
Yep.
Obviously, all the things that you've overcome, the fact that, you've got your book out, The Unhammered, which is very delicious. For me, I just very proud of you, and we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
So just kind of seeing the evolution of you has been impressive, man.
Well, I'm proud of you guys too. I know what the grind can be like in media, and like I said, hats off to both of you fellers, and really proud of you guys as well, and best of luck with the continued journey.
Mizey, thank you so much. The love is mutual, my friend, and enjoy the summer. I know we're going to see each other this summer, but we're going to have you on next year for sure, and you know that. We'll keep the X-bombs off the air, but we got our first one on this station out of the way, and we're glad it was from you. Okay.
Thanks, boys.
There you go. There's Brant Myers. He's terrific. Check out his book, Painkiller. You can get on really just a deep dive into his life and his journey, and you can learn some things from it. And then Unhammered, it is a fantastic non-alcoholic option. It's actually really good. He added vitamin D, like Corona was the influence, and then he worked with Cam over at Alley Cat, and the flavor is great. You don't get the hangover if you have a few too many of them. But big thank you to Brant Myers. Big thank you to Donovan Paulson. We have to thank all of our sponsors as we wrap up. We have a couple minutes to wrap up. You see Paul Anner there. They're our beer sponsor. Big thank you to them for hopping on board. Maybe we get one more shipment.
We'll try. I'll reach out to Kenny and let him know.
Yes. To everybody who's texted in, thank you. Greg, the sound guy, he texted in. He's like, guys, you got to work on this. Greg, sorry for being like, not today. We got through it, and I'm thankful. Big thank you to Donovan. Donovan, thank you so much, man, for dealing with everything, producing this show the last 2 weeks, because we honestly just slapped it together as best we could, make sure we ended the season and fulfilled all of our contractual obligations and had a chance to say goodbye properly as well.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was important. I think you thought it was important. We got through it, and thank you to everybody. I think I would be remiss without saying thank you to Ben Thompson.
Ben Thompson, we love Benny Thompson.
That guy deserves a lot of credit for what happened. Obviously,
to make this show great, social
right,
media
like,
presence.
We've got to, obviously, we had to move on. But I think we have to make sure that we recognize him as well.
Yes.
And then all the listeners, all the people that have enjoyed the show, tuned in, all the people that have chirped us on social media.
We deserve
for
it.
our ridiculously.
Yes.
Everybody that's chirped Pagnotta for his ridiculousness.
Yes.
Deserve it. Yeah, much love from Hello Hockey.
We love you guys, whether we're in agreement or disagreement. It's part of what makes this job so much fun, and we're lucky to be able to do it. Thank you to Merrick Duggan for sponsoring the text line this year and for getting Jordan Martinook on today's show.
Yep.
That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you to Jarrell and Michaela and Ashira over at Fox Coffee for bringing you the morning coffee every show. Thank you to the crew over at Commonwealth Stadium for being a part of this show. Thank you to Fanatics by Pro Hockey Life. Thank you to Paul Lanner once again. Thank you to Boys with Toys Storage, Brennan Iwanishin over there for hopping on board mid-season. Thank you to Jared and Richie over at Modern Measure. It's so good to see and hear about people going to Modern to get some clothing, suits, casual wear, and they're like, oh yeah, we heard about it through Hello Hockey, and and the boys are super excited about that. So huge. We love it. And local public eatery, Dean Lowry and everybody at local, Nikita, Sarah, and the crew here. The crew over at Sherwood Park, obviously Chris Sills at local Jasper for having us, too kind, and we really appreciate it so very much.
As well to Tyson Ekius over at Iron 5 Equipment and Repair. Been a sponsor with us for quite some time. So yeah, thank you to all our sponsors.
Marty Stevens, Jason Greger, Donovan Paulson. Thank you to you guys for embracing us on the fly at Sports 1440. Most importantly, to our audience, thank you. It's been an interesting year. This is our third station that we've been on. It is Bellsy and I's show. It's our brainchild, and we love doing it. We'll be back in the fall. It's been a wonderful, crazy, turbulent season, but we say goodbye for the summer, Bellsy.
Yep.
Shake and bake, baby.
Yep. Pleasure.
For Bellsy, for Donovan, for Benny Thompson, for David Pagnotta, I'm Tom Gazzola saying thank you. Have a wonderful summer, and we'll see you in the fall here on Hello Hockey.
Saturday mornings live on Sports 1440. Powered by Subaru, a world-class leader in environmental performance. Visit Subaru.ca.
When you're out on the job site or hitting the highway in an Alberta winter, you can't afford gear that quits on you. That's why Iron 5 and Nisku has leveled up to be your one-stop heavy-duty shop. They aren't just your CVIP experts. They are now your local source for the best names in the business. We're talking high-performance Night Rider LEDs to turn night into day. And Canada-proof batteries that start every time, no matter how deep the freeze gets. Plus, if you're looking to move some serious dirt, Iron 5 is your dealer for Grip International Attachments. Compliance, power, lighting, and heavy-duty attachments. Get it all in Iron 5. Stop by the shop in Nisku or visit iron5.ca.
Commonwealth Stadium. Edmonton is home to Canada's largest outdoor stadium with a seating capacity for 56,400 fans and is home to the Edmonton Elks Football Club. Commonwealth Stadium is an excellent venue for world-class events, including major sporting events and world touring concerts. This 42-acre complex, including Commonwealth Recreation Center and Clark Stadium, is just minutes from downtown, has direct access to the LRT and bus routes, and promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. For the most up-to-date info on events this summer, go to edmonton.ca/Commonwealth. The sky's the limit.
Get ready for Ready Mix Concrete Wetaskiwin, now also in Camrose and Ponoka. One call does it all. 780-352-4301.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.